Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. It is I, TJ, co host of the Now Mind You podcast, coming at you again with a new review of the latest chapter of Tokyo Revengers, of course, by author and artist, I should say, Ken Wakui. This time we're dealing with chapter number 253, titled The Worst Is Come. Now, before we go any further, let's keep in mind, right, that there will be some spoilers ahead. So if you're not here yet, get caught up and come back to me. I'll be here. I'll be on YouTube waiting for you in perpetuity, right? Let's get into it. So previous chapter, last panel, what do we have? Basically, Pachin just went down. He tried to, see if he could just reach out to Mikey's heart in some way, shape, or form, but it did not work out. Unfortunately, Pachin succumbed to that kick. Now, we don't think he's dead, but he definitely got knocked out. Let's get into the summary. And actually, we're going to try something a little bit different because at this point, if you're coming to this video, there's a high chance you've already read the chapter. So I'm going to hit you with a single sentence, spoiler-free-ish summary. Here we go. Let me know what you think in the comments. The tide has turned in Kanto's favor, and as all hope seems lost, Takemichi once again triggers his premonition power. Boom. Let's get into the review. Oh, it's going to be a quick one today, folks. So let me know what you think about these shorter summaries. Because, you've already read the chapter, right? I digress. But, listen. I'm going to start off with this. The chapter is pulling no punches. Pun intended, and I'm sorry. We're wasting no time. Pillar after pillar on the second gen Toman side is falling, yo. As I inferred last week, Hanma mopped the floor with Mitsuya and Chifuyu, right? It looks like Chifuyu was the last one to go down, however. Sometimes I forget, and we got to give Chifuyu more credit. I know a lot of you are, but I'm just saying for me personally, I forget that he was Baji's right-hand man. And which implies how resilient he is. Keep in mind the flashback to when Baji and Chifuyu first met. Like, he was the bancho of his high school, right? Like, he was that dude. He was the delinquent, so to speak. And we also need to forget too, like, him versus Mochi, right? Like, he just beat Mochi for the second time in this current battle, right? Takemichi is really in no position to be distracted. Kakucho is nothing to scoff at. We know what a problem Kakucho is. Let's be real. That being said, is there something to Takemichi being able to afford getting hit like that, to be able to afford to look away? I feel like any of those shots would knock out the average delinquent, right? Inupi and Coco just showed us that the power of friendship is not always enough, I guess, right? Still holding out hope for Waka and Benkei pulling a Baji-esque switcheroo, if you will. Listen, I understand Wakui cutting away from Mikey, handling Peiyan, smiley and angry. It was similar to what they did with Hanma versus Sendo and Hakai last chapter. It just shows the power scaling, the gap, if you will. However, I feel like it was too soon to use the twins, and by twins I'm referring to Angry and Smiley, on Mikey. I would have rather seen how they fared against a Sanzu or a Hanma. Don't cry now, though, Takemichi. You've held out for so long. You know what I'm talking about. The scene where it's like he's giving up. Homie's just got the tears in his eyes. Like, what did I do? Did I just basically march everyone to their deaths? Was this all a mistake? But then, of course, that vision gets triggered. And that vision just made me think of a theory that Creepy Kid and Riolu actually were talking about in the comments for last video. They brought out. Now, I haven't looked into the theory yet, but just on surface level, I just have this comment to make, right? The whole theory about Sanzu being Piero, right? Pierrot, if you will. I guess that's the French pronunciation, right? The clown. And Hanma being the Reaper theory. Based on that vision, it looks like Sanzu is both the clown and the Reaper. That's all I got to say there, right? Haruchio's doing both. That vision was wild, dude. Like, super wild. And I got a comment coming up concerning that. But the last time we saw Takemichi use this power was in chapter 219, I believe, right before the Battle of the Three Deities, where he saw a collapsed Senju in his vision. And of course, the objective became, let's do whatever we can to prevent this outcome from occurring, right? Which kind of colored basically a lot of that Three Deities battle and basically set in motion, South's murder at the hands of Mikey. On another side note, though, like, what is going on in this world where there are no adults / cops in the area? The only adults we have are fighting other kids, right? Shout out Waka and Benkei. But these youngins are really this wild. Like, Mikey got 0 charges for killing South. Again, just off what he did to Haruchio when they were kids, that boy should be in cuffs, institutionalized. He literally killed a man last time. Hell, damn near caught 2 bodies if you count what he damn near did to Takemichi. He shouldn't be roaming free. Also, that vision is, in retrospect, making me rethink about Senju's condition, right? Seeing how Psycho Sanzu is going in that vision, did he kill his sister? Like, is the Empress dead? I really hope not. She took a lead pipe to the head. Let's keep that in mind. There can't, and like, with all this kind of feeling a little bit accelerated toward the end, right? Like, this was a quick chapter. It was a long chapter, but it was quick in the sense long that it had the amount of pages it's supposed to have, but quick, like, it was just action panel after action panel. There can't be that much of the series left, to be honest, though, if we're at, or at least getting closer to the all is lost moment before the eventual turnaround. And that's only assuming if we're following some type of shonen formula, of course, right? The protagonist should win in the end. Let me get into my predictions and questions, right? Listen, there aren't that many this week either. This was action-packed, but let me show you what I got, right? We need to see what's good. Well, we've seen what's good with Takemichi and Kakucho, but I want to see what the outcome is there. And I'm going to talk about this at another point, too, but just keep this in mind. OG Black Dragons, where you at? It's now or never, right? Takemichi is going, and this is what I was mentioning prior with Kakucho, Takemichi is going to have to handle Kakucho, meaning find a way to win, or find a way to convert him over to second Toman side. Or he could just straight up lose, too. I mean, it's just what it is. And possibly handle Haruchio next before handling Mikey. Like, based off the strength of that vision, it looks like Haruchio is the next priority. That being said, I'm hyped for the next chapter. As always, thank you, everyone, for your comments, for your support, for sharing this, for liking this, for watching this, for taking time out of your day to give support to what I'm doing with Tokyo Revengers. And as always, if you like what you're hearing, please feel free to check out the main podcast. Like, we drop new episodes every Tuesday on all the podcast platforms. And if you're so inclined, give us a follow on the gram, right? At NowMindYouPod on Instagram. If you like what I'm doing, you can always give me a follow on the gram as well at Tuss4_skate. That's TUSS4_skate. Thank you. As always, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, y'all. Peace.